Previously known as Project Athia, Forspoken is an open-world action RPG developed by Luminous Productions. Early trailers leading to the game release show some gorgeous visuals and effects, and as a PS5 exclusive powered by Luminous engine, I expected a lot from the game, at least visually. But now I am disappointed. You see, Forspoken is the second game powered by the Luminous engine after Final Fantasy XV. And one of the strongest visual aspects of that game was its good lighting and global illumination, at least on PC. And now after 7 years, Forspoken is a downgrade in that regard. And because of that, you'll see a lot of areas like this, with poor indirect lighting and glowy appearance with no shadows. And that makes indoor areas in the game looks unnatural, which resemble an early PS3 Xbox 360 release and not a PS5 game. Now let's dive into the graphics menu, starting with texture memory, which should let you adjust the amount of VRAM allocated to textures. But because of a bug, I presume the game does not load all textures, and no matter what resolution setting I choose, I always end up with very low textures, as you can see here. And in cutscenes I get this weird problem where textures keep loading and unloading. I hope the dev team fix this problem as soon as possible, because with the poor lighting, it only makes things worse. Thankfully, the game supports both DLSS and FSR, and they are essential if you want to get decent performance. Let's do a quick comparison between FSR, DLSS and TAA. Here we can see that both FSR and DLSS preserve fine details better than TAA when using quality mode, and they give good performance gain. Model detail level controls the quality of geometric models, especially those at a distance, as you can see here. And as a result, using the low option will cause a lot of LOD pop-in, unlike standard or high. Performance-wise, going from low to standard costs around 3% and to high 13%. Here I recommend standard. Texture filtering as usual have negligible performance impact, as you can see here, so keep it on high. Reflections adjust the quality of screen space reflections in the game. Off disable all reflections, which makes water and reflective surfaces looks flat. Standard enable SSR with almost no performance hit, and going to high makes reflections looks more detailed with around 6% hit to performance. Here I recommend standard. Depth of field doesn't cost much during cutscenes, as you can see here, around 1 or 2%, so if you like this effect, don't worry about performance and keep it on. Fog quality controls this volumetric fog effect in the game. Low disable it completely and standard enable it. Performance-wise, going from low to standard costs around 5%. Here I recommend keeping this one on standard. It adds a lot to the game presentation and it won't give you a lot of performance if you disable it. Cloud quality can be quite demanding. It doesn't change the quality or resolution of clouds, but instead it can add big volumetric clouds in some areas, like here, when using standard or high. Performance-wise, going from low to standard costs around 8% and to high 11%. Here I recommend low. Shadow quality is straightforward. It changed the resolution of shadows in the game. Low shadows looks really bad, while going to standard and high improve the quality significantly. Performance-wise, going from low to standard drop FPS by 2% and to high around 7%. Here I recommend standard shadows. Ray-traced shadows in Forspoken are not that impressive. They only affect opaque objects in the world, like buildings, rocks, etc. But they don't apply to foliage and trees. Performance-wise, enabling RT shadows costs around 18% on the RTX 3060 Ti. Here I recommend keeping RT shadows off because visually they don't add a lot to the game. Ambient Occlusion offers 3 options. Off, of course, disable AO, which makes everything looks flat. Standard enable AO and improve the look of the game. High doesn't add anything visually compared to standard. Performance wise, going from off to standard costs around 4% and to high around 6%. Here standard is the best option. The second form of ray tracing we have here is ray traced ambient occlusion, and this one is even more subtle than archy shadows. It only makes AO slightly darker, as you can see here. Performance-wise, enabling RGAO costs around 8%. Here, just turn it off. And the last setting we have is anti-aliasing. Here, of course, temporal AA or GAA offers the best image quality with negligible performance hitch compared to off FXAA or SMAA. But as we saw earlier in the video, both DLSS and FSR offer good image quality compared to GAA and improved performance. So instead of playing at native GAA, take advantage of FSR and DLSS. Now there are two settings I didn't talk about because they make no difference. First we have VRS or variable rate shading, which should increase performance, but I saw no difference between on and off, at least on my GPU. The second setting is dynamic resolution scaling or DRS. Here you can see that I am below 60 FPS. So I enabled DRS and set 60 FPS as the target, but that didn't work. The resolution did not change, and as a result the performance is still far from 60 FPS. Plus I get some minor stuttering. So for now I recommend avoiding dynamic resolution scaling in this game. Now based on everything we saw so far, these are my recommended settings. Let's do a quick comparison between ultra-high preset and optimized settings. Here you can see that optimized settings can give you around 38% boost to performance with minor visual sacrifices. So as a package, Forspoken left a lot to be desired, from the poor lighting system to the technical problems and bad performance. When it comes to tweaking settings, cloud quality, model detail and ray tracing represent the most demanding settings, and in order to get good performance in this game, you need to use FSR or DLSS. And with that, we arrive at the end. Thank you so much for watching and for your time. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and if not, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for any future videos, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.